The night was quiet over the wreckage field. The air smelled of burned metal and ash, and the sky above was still bruised with the last colors of a dying sunset. Commander Elias Grant tightened his gloves and stepped over the cracked hull of the fallen alien ship. He'd seen 100 wrecks in his career as a planetary responder, but never one like this. The vessel had no insignia, no weapons, just smooth silver skin that shimmered like liquid glass. His scanner beeped, one faint life sign. "Hold on, we've got a survivor," Elias said into his comlink. His team moved behind him, scanning the debris. Then, from the shadow of a torn bulkhead, a small figure emerged. She couldn't have been more than 10 if human. Her skin glowed faintly blue beneath the soot, and her eyes, large, pale and trembling, reflected the light of his headlamp like twin moons. Her voice, soft and accented with something not from this world, whispered, "Are you my father?" Elias froze. "What did you say?" She stepped closer, clutching a tattered silver cloth to her chest. "Are you my father?" The crew exchanged uncertain looks. Elias crouched, his heart pounding. No, I'm not. But I can help you. What's your name?" "I don't know." Her lower lip quivered. "They said he would come for me. A human." They brought her to the research outpost on Titan IX, where human and alien teams worked to decode crash signals from the stars. Dr. Marin Kova, a xenobiologist, examined the girl while Elias watched from behind the glass. "She's half human," Marin said quietly. "Genetic sequencing confirms it. Her DNA matches Earth-based genomes in 48%. The other half, something unregistered." Elias stared through the glass. The girl sat curled up on the cot, watching the rain outside the dome. She looked lost, like a ghost that didn't know which world she belonged to. "Did she say anything else?" Elias asked. "Only that she was searching for her father. She keeps asking everyone who walks in." Elias sighed, rubbing the back of his neck. "Poor kid." "Elias," Marin said softly. "She trusts you. You were the first to talk to her. Maybe you should try again." That night, he sat with the girl in the quiet infirmary. The lights were low, humming gently. She had drawn something on a scrap of paper. 2 stick figures holding hands under a strange sun. "You drew that?" Elias asked. She nodded. "They told me he would have eyes like you. That he would find me when the ship fell." Elias' throat tightened. "Who told you that?" "My mother," she said, and for the first time tears welled in her eyes. "She said he was kind. That he would never leave me." He leaned forward. "Your mother, was she on that ship?" The girl's glow dimmed. "She didn't wake up." Elias looked down. He'd seen bodies in that wreck, none that could have survived the impact. He wanted to tell her, but he couldn't bring himself to crush the last hope she carried. "What should I call you?" he asked gently. She tilted her head. "Mother called me Lyra." "Lyra," he repeated, smiling faintly. "That's a beautiful name." She looked at him, hopeful. Then, "Are you my father?" The words hit him like a weight. He wanted to answer, but there was no truth that wouldn't hurt. "No, Lyra," he said softly. "But I'll help you find him." Days turned into weeks. Lyra followed him everywhere. Into the hangar, the observation deck, even the cafeteria. She was curious about everything. Stars, humans, laughter, even sadness. "Why do humans cry?" she asked one day. "Because sometimes our hearts get too full," Elias said. "Full of what? Love? Or pain? Or both?" She thought for a moment, then touched his cheek gently. "You must have a big heart then." He chuckled, though his chest ached. "Maybe. Marin approached later with a report. "We might have found something," she said. "There was a human listed in the Interstellar Archives, Dr. Rian Hale. He worked on hybrid genetics 20 years ago. Disappeared during a joint mission with an alien envoy." Elias frowned. "Could he be the father?" "Possible. But there's no record of his return to Earth." Lyra looked between them. "Where is he now?" Marin hesitated. "Unknown. His last transmission came from the outer rings of Andorra 6. Lyra's small hands clenched. "Then we have to go there." Elias started to protest, but when he saw the determination in her glowing eyes, he couldn't say no. The journey to Andorra 6 took days through the Black Sea of space. Lyra sat beside him in the cockpit, watching stars streak past like falling diamonds. "Do you think he'll recognize me?" she whispered. "I think," Elias said softly, "he'll be proud of you." But when they reached the frozen moon, they found only ruins. An abandoned lab, torn apart by storms and time. Among the dust and broken glass, Elias found a holorecorder. It flickered to life. A man's tired face appeared, eyes kind, voice trembling. "If anyone finds this, tell my daughter Lyra that I tried. Her mother and I wanted her to live. We sent her away before the collapse. I hope someday she finds a world that loves her." Lyra stood frozen, her light dimming. "He's gone." Elias nodded slowly. "He loved you very much." She looked up at him, tears falling in shimmering drops. Then, "I have no one left." He knelt and took her small hand. "You have me," he said. For a long moment she said nothing. Then she threw her arms around him, sobbing into his chest. "Then you're my father now." He hesitated, then hugged her back, feeling something break open inside him. "Yeah," he whispered. "Maybe I am." Months passed. The base on Titan 9 began calling her Elias's girl. Lyra laughed more now, painted the sky domes, and learned the constellations by heart. She stopped asking strangers that question. But sometimes late at night, Elias would find her by the viewport, staring at the stars. "Do you think he can see me?" she'd ask. Elias would smile and rest a hand on her shoulder. "I think he never stopped." And as she grew, she never forgot the first human who told her she wasn't alone. The alien girl who once asked every human, "Are you my father?" finally found her answer. Not in blood, but in love. Years later, Titan 9 had changed. The colony had grown into a bustling hub, and Lyra, no longer the frightened child Elias had found, walked among the stars as one of its brightest scientists. Her blue glow had softened over the years, but her eyes still held the same wonder. Elias had grown older, his hair silver now, but his voice remained steady as ever. He often watched her from the observatory deck, pride shining through the quiet lines of his face. One evening, Lyra came to him holding a new hollow transmitter she'd built herself. "It can send messages farther than anything we've made," she said, smiling. "Maybe he'll hear me this time." Elias nodded. "Then say it, Lyra." She activated the transmitter, her voice trembling yet warm. "Father, I found the man who helped me when you couldn't. He kept your promise. He made sure I wasn't alone. If you can hear this across the stars, I'm safe. I'm loved. Thank you for choosing to bring me into this world." The signal vanished into the night sky, a beam of light threading through endless darkness. Elias placed a hand on her shoulder. "He'd be proud of you." Lyra turned to him, eyes glimmering. "I'm proud of you too, Father." For a moment, Elias couldn't speak. The words, spoken so naturally now, hit deeper than any medal or honor he'd ever earned.